Aren't you supposed to ask me some questions?
How about how your best friend was shot?
Hi and welcome back to Real Reviews, where today I'm having a look at Department Q. This is the new drama slash mystery slash detective PI thriller drama, which was created by Scott Frank. That's the guy behind Logan and The Queen's Gambit, and stars Matthew Goode and Chloe Pirrie. So let's dive in and find out what all the fuss is about.
We're here today to announce a new department aimed specifically at tackling cold cases.
So with Scott Frank and Department Q, you know full well you're in safe hands, because this is a world-renowned screenwriter who has a way with words. As I said at the beginning in the intro, this is the guy behind Logan. This is the guy behind Queen's Gambit. He really does pack a punch dramatically. So with Department Q and adapting this sort of murder mystery character study sort of thing, Matthew Goode plays Carl. Carl is introduced early on in the first episode, overcoming the trauma of basically seeing his partner shot. He gets shot himself, and then he is undergoing psychiatric evaluation following the incident. This goes on throughout the course of the series. He is disliked throughout the department. He is a very good detective, but he very much tells it the way he sees it. So his boss basically gives him a Department Q, in the basement, and she is given a boatload of money to fund this new department, and then obviously keeps all the money for herself. And he has to pick a cold case to investigate, to pursue throughout this season. So let's dig a little bit deeper, because we want to know what he's going to investigate, don't we?
The name of this new department will be Detective Chief Inspector Carr.
My own department.
So the case he chooses to investigate is that of a missing person, Merritt. She is a lawyer. She's played by Chloe Pirrie, and ultimately that is what this entire season hinges on. And what you get is you get shades of Carl's character. You get to understand the psychological way his mind is put together. Also, in a very clever twist, you also get to examine and see Merritt in her various phases, both at work and after she has obviously gone missing in this missing persons case. There are some people, the ensemble cast, supporting players that are also part of the story, which I won't go into, because as I said, with Department Q, the best way to enjoy it, I think, is to go into it cold. But suffice to say that Carl is not given the pick of the bunch. He doesn't get, in the department's in the police department's opinion, the best people to help him on the case. And it's sort of the mishmash and the way that this hodgepodge team come together, and the way that Carl, who is not a people person, ends up being the reluctant leader, which is the driving force behind Department Q. But there is something else that needs to be said, but I'm going to dive into my rating and explain it a little bit more.
I understand you're reopening the Lingard case.
She was the most rueful person I've ever met. I hope you never find.
So the way this is put together, Scott Frank obviously is pivotal in structurally adapting the source material this comes from. Matthew Goode is extremely good in the role. He is familiar. He should be familiar to people from The Imitation Game, as well as playing Ozymandias in Zack Snyder's Watchmen. And it really is it's a tour de force. You've also got Kelly Macdonald in there as well, who plays the psychologist. Kelly Macdonald was had obviously a small part in the Harry Potter franchise, but she was also pivotal to Trainspotting, but she's also done so many other things as well. So in terms of rating, I'm going to be giving Department Q a 4 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale, because it really does intricately unpack and layer so many story threads together in true Scott Frank style. There's drama, there's tension, there's pathos, there is emotion. You do get drawn in as an audience member, and it truly is it's a series that needs to be seen. It's on Netflix. On that note, I'm going to dive into my trailer. Let's do that.
I've seen too many cases like this. Someone's dead one day,
And so it is, you've reached the end of another video review, this time for Department Q, which is currently streaming on Netflix and stars Matthew Goode, Kelly Macdonald and a plethora of ensemble players. So this is the bit where you go, if you like the video, then give me a thumbs up. Failing that, you can always just drop a comment in the comment box below and I will respond. And finally, just subscribe so that every Tuesday and every Saturday when I drop another one of these videos literally into your lap, you'll get a little notification you can pop in and watch or listen to as much or as little as you'd like, and then go about your day. In the meantime, check out the rest of the channel and maybe pop over to the Patreon page. Take care. Cheers now.